Yo, what's up guys, Guido here. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to replace these cheap, crappy cable disc brakes with brand new, nice 2-piston Trailmaster hydraulic brakes. The first thing that you have to do this job is you have to remove your old brake setup. To do that, you need an Allen key, a 1/4-inch ratchet, a 10mm socket, something to cut like the zip ties and stuff if you have zip ties, obviously safety protection, and you can put on gloves if you want, that's optional. The first thing that I'm going to start off doing is by cutting all the zip ties that I have holding the brake cable on there. I went and just cut all the zip ties, so now you're gonna go and loosen this little Allen bolt right here. There you go. Now what you're gonna have to do, since you went and loosened the bolt with the little nut at the end right here, now you'll have to go and get this grip off somehow, whether you use water, compressed air, or just like slide it off, whatever's the easiest one for you. These grips are literally like stuck on here so good. As you can see, I've tried using like water and stuff, they don't come off. And since we're not reusing the old brakes anyways, my dad just went and pried it off. As you can see, it broke it, but it doesn't matter, honestly. You can get the grips off still if you want to, but it's more trouble than really what it's worth, so you can go my way or go the other way. Now what you're gonna do, once you went and got the grip off or just broke it like I did, you're gonna have to go and remove this banjo bolt that's right here, and then this will come out, and then you can just slide this out and then take your brake line off. Now what you're going to want to do is just pull this wire out. And there you go. Now that you have that cable all out of there and your brake levers out, now you just have to go and undo these 2 black Allen bolts. And then this is just going to come off and you're done. Now that you have the janky caliper off, you can just throw that away. And you want to reuse these bolts though, because depending on what brake system you have, you'll have to reuse these with spacers or without spacers, it depends, so you want to save those. So it's been like 2 weeks, and right as I took these brakes off, I just realized that the Trailmaster 2-piston brake caliper I got didn't fit, and I'm kind of dumb for really not checking that out before I went and tried to take the other ones off. All it showed was the distance between this and this. It didn't say the size or anything about it, so I thought it worked, and I thought it was only 1 piston, but it was 2 pistons. So I had to wait for 2 weeks, and I just went and got this new whole kit right here from Studs Racing, and it's 1 piston, and the website shows that it just mounts straight up on here. So they provide a different mounting bracket and some bushings and some bolts. So if you would have went and kept your bolts that were on here originally, you may or may not need them depending on obviously what brake kit you get. And I will go and link this brake kit in the description if it is still there from where I went and bought it. So just so you guys know, the whole thing from me disassembling the old brakes to where I'm at now would all be the same. Nothing has changed. I just got different brakes. So now this is where we're gonna start off for me installing this onto there. So let's get into it. So depending on how you want to do this, some people want to put the caliper on first or the handle on first. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna put the handle on first though, right up here where it used to be, and I'm using the same ratchet as I was using in the beginning, but this time I have an 8mm socket on there, so I'm going to go ahead and loosen it. These are already super loose from the factory because they want you to obviously put it on. They just do it so you don't have to unloosen it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and tighten it on there, and I'll show you guys how to do that. So now I just went and loosened and just took this off right here. And now I'm going to go and put this right here, and I'm just going to tighten it down. And obviously, depending on what kit you get, you're going to want to have this either up or down. Just make sure you look on here of what it says, because when this was on there, it says up. So you want to make sure this is like this on the handlebars. So now what I just did is I went and put this on here. I went and tightened it down, and when you do it, make sure you go and put thread locker on there. The blue one's recommended just because this is a high vibration area. Now what you're going to need to do is take off the chain tensioner, and to do that you're going to need a 13mm wrench, and obviously your ratchet, and a 10mm socket. And then once you loosen that and take that off, then the chain will be very slacky, and then we can move over to the next part. So I just went and took the chain tensioner off. Now it's really sloppy. Now you're going to want to go and take that nut and this bolt out so the wheel drops. So now you're going to need your 3/8 ratchet with your 15mm socket on there, and you're going to need your 19mm wrench. Okay, so we just went and got this out. I went and put it all together. I recommend you do the same so you don't lose anything. The spacer goes on this side with this little washer, and then obviously the nut, and then the spacer that's on this side is connected to this little brake caliper assembly right here. And then this is your wheel. Obviously this side is a sprocket, that side's the rotor. So now what you gotta go and do is loosen this Allen bolt that's right there. I didn't go and record the rest of the install because we were having some trouble with putting the spacers and stuff on, and it just would have been easier if I didn't. But where I left off is basically you just gotta unscrew this and then put the new bracket that they include in, and you're gonna have to remove the wheel obviously to take that out, and you're gonna need to take the axle bolt out to go and do that. Once you've done that, you gotta go put a bushing that they include straight through there. It's pretty easy and straightforward. You just gotta go put that straight through. It basically just goes and bolts up. Then you gotta go and put those bolts into the caliper right there. And you may need to use the spacers from the old one, you may not, it depends. Obviously, like with different brake kits and different brake systems, it's all going to depend on what you have in the different sizes. But for this one, we used both of those spacers. And then on this side, we just went and put it all back together. Obviously, just the reverse of what I was saying about taking the chain tensioner off. Basically, just the reverse. It was pretty simple, but what we had trouble with is we had to go and shave that little spacer that's in between there because it was too big. So that's how you install a hydraulic brake system onto a mini bike. It was actually pretty easy and straightforward. Now what we're gonna have to go and do is we have to go and put some brake fluid in there and bleed the brakes, and that's gonna be in another video for you guys. And the reason why I want to do it in 2 videos is because some people might want to just look at, oh, how to install hydraulic brakes on a mini bike, and they may not want to know how to bleed them. And then some other people with different brake systems might just want to go and be like, oh, I just want to know how to bleed them and just get to the point. So that's why it's going to be in 2 videos. So hope you guys really enjoyed today's video. I know I am going to, because I can finally ride my mini bike again after 2 weeks. And obviously there's going to be some more mini bike videos coming up, so make sure you guys subscribe and stay tuned. Peace. Now what I'm going to do is what I did in